Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday Inspiration. My name is Fernanda and I am here with Dr. Linda. And on this beautiful Wednesday, we are super happy and excited to be here with you all today to talk about the power of gratitude. What a beautiful topic and perfect topic for this week, considering what day it is tomorrow that we're celebrating. So, super excited to be here with you, Dr. Linda. Grateful that you're here with me. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I know I missed you last week and then so much been going on. I'm like, and then you had reached out to me of like, oh, I'm kind of a little bit under, I don't know if you're under the weather. You just like felt like a little nasally, but
Mhm.
that happens even when you're not sick, you just feel a
Right.
little bit nasally.
So if I
But
sound different today, it's because I have been just having some nasal challenges, but they are on the way to the mend now.
yes, yes. By the end of the day, they will be.
They
So
will
I,
be.
I totally can feel you on that. But
Hmm.
it's good to be here. I missed last week, but of course, you always got everything covered, and I'm always grateful for that. And such an appropriate topic this week with the power of gratitude
Hmm.
and how that's been life changing for both of us, and even just working with our patients, our clients, and members in our community. That has been one of the biggest things that has really transformed my life. And it doesn't, and it's almost like immediately. If there's any type of magic, because I always tell patients, anything that promises like short, fast, immediate, that run from it. However, when it comes to something with a practice of gratitude, it's something that's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But in reality, that does change almost your life instantly. And
Hmm.
especially when you get into a momentum of that. Wouldn't you agree?
I absolutely agree. I mean, if you are ever in a place where you are feeling angry or you are feeling defeated or you're feeling frustrated or anything, honestly, and you catch yourself, no matter what's going on, if you catch yourself and you turn it around and say, okay, what could I be grateful for? And you name three things, four things, one thing, whatever it is, but you feel it, not just saying it, right? We can
Mhm.
all say, oh, I'm grateful for these and great. But if you really feel it and you connect to that feeling, it's so powerful that it overpowers anything negative that you're feeling at the moment. And it's
Mhm.
impossible, honestly impossible, to feel grateful and to be angry at the same time. You cannot do it, and you can
Yeah.
try it, but you cannot do it. And so, like you said, Dr. Lynn, that's something free. It's something that we have available 24/7 in us. We just need to tap in and really connect with that feeling, right? And so if you don't know what
Mhm.
that feeling is or feels like, think about one time when something really, really, really well went really well, right? Or something where
Mhm.
you were so appreciative of someone doing something for you, or something turned out to be amazing, or somebody came to you and said, oh my God, you helped me so much, and blah, blah, blah. Like something like that. Think about it. Or maybe if you have kids, the days that your kids were born, or something
Mhm.
like that. Think about a special moment in your life when you felt so warm inside. That's how I say it. Like you feel so warm inside, and bring that moment back by memory, right?
Yes.
And that is the feeling that you want to tap into, and that's the feeling that you want to connect when you want
Mhm.
to feel grateful for something. So we
Mhm.
all have it in us. We all have experienced it. We all can tap into it at any point in our lives. It is free, it is available, and it really overpowers any negative emotion, no matter what.
Mhm. Absolutely. So, kind of going on that, the way I say that. Well, what is gratitude? Everybody has like, I wouldn't say a different definition, but I think most of us have the commonality that it's just an expression of appreciation. Simply, that's what it is, right? I mean, I don't know if you give it any other definition, but it's just really expressing that you're appreciative of what's going on in your life, what you have present, or even of your future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. And
You
being
know,
able to tap into the future and being grateful for the future. It's huge
Mm-hmm.
because you are already thinking and giving it a definite, like it's going to happen. No matter
Mm-hmm.
what, it's going to happen. And so when you're able to be thankful for something that hasn't even presented yet, you're calling it into existence. So that's
Yeah.
also huge, huge. And I want to give thanks to Max in the chat. He says, "Happy Thanksgiving to you both and keep up the great work." Thank you. And Barry, thank you for always tuning in. You're always here and supporting. So we are very thankful for you. But
We
definitely,
appreciate it.
and of course, my mom. Thank you, mom, for supporting. But it's that feeling of being thankful, right? And so when we find something to be thankful for, even if it hasn't happened yet, we're telling the universe that we're ready to receive it as well. And so
Yeah.
that's a huge thing.
That is so powerful. I love that you brought that up because and it's just, and it really goes back to just a lot of the basics of what we talk about, that our words are powerful. You know, our thoughts are powerful, but our words are spells, and every single thought has carries a vibrational energy, and every vibrational energy carries information. And as you were saying, if we speak something, whatever it may be at the present moment, we're actually, it's almost like we're sending information to prepare us for the situation, whether it's in the present, at the very moment, but anytime we talk about it, the future is already now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it's always like the future is now. It could be like in a minute, it could be
Right.
in a year, but I think if people really would grasp that, what everything that we say, there's a vibrational frequency, and every single frequency is carrying information, and it's us for decide what kind of information do we want it, um, to go out into the universe, to go out and those around us. And when you were mentioning about
Mhm,
gratitude, is just not, it's really about expressing appreciation, but really feeling it in your heart.
mhm,
And there's, of course, there's, when we've gone to different, meditation seminars, and what do they always tell you? Or even if you want to feel so different, always just put both your hands over your heart, because there is an electrical energy. I mean, that's, you can hook somebody up to a machine, and the brain is electrical, but the heart is electrical as well. So just putting your hand over that, closing your eyes, and just thinking about a beautiful moment in your life, that's really expressing, a lot of appreciation. So that's one of the things that anybody could do at any time.
mhm. Yes, definitely. And being able to see something that hasn't happened and be thankful for it is, it's key because, like you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, right, we are calling things into existence based on our thoughts. Right now we're sending a vibration based on our thoughts and our words. And so,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to bring upon in the future? Because that's what you are bringing upon, what you are
Mm-hmm.
thinking, what you are expressing, what you are saying, how you are feeling. And so, if you're feeling grateful for everything, if you are looking into the positive end of things all the time, if you are living from gratitude all the time, you are literally saying, I have so much to be thankful for. I'm so appreciative. So the universe is going to, in fact, give you even more things to be appreciative for, right?
Mm-hmm.
More things to be thankful for, more things to be grateful for. But if you're looking at the other end of things and you're always looking at the negatives, or maybe looking at the lack instead of the
Mm-hmm.
the grateful side of things, but looking at the lack, why don't I have enough things? Why don't I never have enough money to pay my bills?
Mm-hmm.
The universe is going to give you even more ways to realize that you don't have the means, or the whatever to pay your bills. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's always looking at the things from how you want them to be, and making them be as if they are already happening for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for
Yes.
example, with this, I started like feeling a little bit congested a couple of maybe days ago. And I have been talking to people, and I'm like, I'm a fountain of health. I'm a fountain of health. Like, no matter what, I'm a fountain of health. And yes, I have a little bit of a challenge in my nose right now, but I'm a fountain of health. Guess what? I
Yeah.
am getting better. I am already better.
Mm-hmm.
I know by tonight I'll be even better than best, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
it is projecting what I know that is the truth, but I'm also thankful and grateful for my health, because my health
Yeah,
keeps getting better and better and better. And so
absolutely.
I'm not saying, well, how am I right now? Well, I'm congested. So am I feeling sick? Well, maybe I'm feeling sick. No, 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 no. No thoughts into that at all. I don't even
Mhm,
say I'm sick. Like I don't even, I have a little bit of a challenge that I'm already working on. I'm already getting better. That's it.
mhm. Or
And
my
so
body's going through some cleansing. That
cleansing,
sounds better.
there you go. There
My
you
body's
go.
cleaning a little bit of house right now, so but it's all good.
There you go. That's it. That's it. I'm just
Yeah,
in my defense.
and the interesting thing is, though, I mean, there is a lot of science on gratitude in Dr. Huberman. I don't know if you've heard of him. I want to say he's a professor. I want to say it's Stanford or Berkeley, and he wrote a book not too long ago, and I believe he has a podcast as well. And he talks about the science behind it and even what happens in the brain. So there's a part of the brain which is called the prefrontal cortex of the brain, where there's like a lot of learning and decision making that takes place. So when you are expressing gratitude, you actually are impacting that part of the brain that brings up an awareness. And when you become more aware of what's going on, it's just like, because sometimes we are complaining and we're not even aware.
Hmm.
But when you're appreciative and you're showing gratitude, there is a major awareness. That part of the brain is being impacted. You become more aware. And the beauty of that is sometimes, I like to write thank you cards, and that's just one of my things that I like to do. And because hardly anybody does that anymore, for one. So when you get something, I used to get excited, run into the mail, and actually get something physical, something tangible. To me, that excites me more than anything. Than someone sending me, to me, like a text is effortless, an email is effortless. A little bit that takes more effort would be actually writing something out and sending it to someone, or actually recording it on your phone and sending it to a person. Those are some things that you can do. But not only does it impact you, you get on a momentum, but it impacts the receiver. And when it impacts the receiver, they are going to actually want to go and do something else, for something nice for someone else. So there's a beautiful ripple effect when you start to do that. So I love how that even impacts the brain and the physiology, and doing a lot of work with behavior modification, the reticular activating system, which is basically seeking out for whatever you're focusing on. The big example is always, you want to get a new car, you buy a new car, and all of a sudden you see your new car everywhere, and you're
Everywhere.
like,
Mhm.
I gosh, I thought a lot of people didn't have my new car. Or you're wearing a particular outfit, and you're like, oh, well, she has one, and she, it's just like you start seeing all that. So it's really interesting, and it is powerful how
Mhm.
just something so simple as our thoughts, and even but our powerful thoughts of appreciation.
Yes, yes. And if you ever have been in a position where you felt so grateful for someone, I mean, so grateful for someone, and when you had an interaction with this person, that interaction went so beautifully well. Like
Hmm.
that person was feeling you and you were feeling that person, and it was like a magical, like something happened where it was like a
Hmm.
beautiful interaction.
Hmm.
Versus when you come to, let's say, to work, right? You go to work and you have something against that coworker, you just don't like,
Hmm.
and you have these constant thoughts of like, she's lazy and she's this and she's that and she's a know-it-all and blah blah blah, and you're coming with these thoughts, the interaction is always going to be clashing.
Hmm.
Why? Because
Hmm.
you are coming with a preconceived negative attitude, vibration towards that person, and so that person feels your vibration and it's like, no, I'm not going there, right? And so if you change that and look for something like something good that they do,
Hmm.
instead of looking for the bad, look for the good, right?
Hmm.
And you're like, well, I'm
Hmm.
very thankful at the fact that she I don't know, answers the phone very well, whatever, right?
Hmm.
And so you look for
Hmm.
something to be thankful for, and you will see, honestly, you will see that the interactions are going to start being less clashy. Why?
Mhm.
Simply because you're changing the vibration that you're sending off. And so this applies for your kids, right? If you're sending gratitude to the kid, to your kids every morning, if you're sending gratitude to your kids throughout the day. Sometimes I do this with my kids. I'm in the middle of the day and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so thankful for my kids. And I get a text message from my
Yeah.
teenager, Mom, I love you. Like, out of nowhere, right? And so it works because you don't have to be in the physical present, right next to someone for them to feel you or for you to be able to communicate. You can send these energetically. And so the same
Absolutely.
happens with anything else. Money, we've talked about money's vibration, right? And so for
Mhm.
any one of you who is maybe experiencing some sort of lack in money, if you change that around and you're thankful for what you have, you're thankful for what you get, you're thankful for what you're attracting, the universe is going to be like, wait a minute, I'm going to give you more to be thankful for.
Mhm. Yeah.
Same thing with health, same thing with everything. Everything is
Mhm.
vibration. Every single thing here in the world is vibration. So when we're
Mhm.
resonating with that vibration of appreciation and gratitude, we get more motives and more reasons to be thankful for.
Yeah, that's beautiful and powerful because, once again, vibrational energy is just a frequency carrying information. And it's so easy, like you said, like you're thinking about someone and you get that call. And it's not crazy. People are like, oh, that's woo woo. It's not woo woo because we have our phones, right? And if I dial your number and I'm on the frequency, we're actually talking. But if
Mhm.
I miss it by one little digit, I'm not talking to Fernanda anymore. I'm talking to some stranger. But it's because we're on that same frequency, being able to communicate. And the beauty about gratitude also is it does impact your immune system.
Mhm.
And when all these changes started to occur in our life um, with mandates and imposing, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I'm just like, I did not watch the news because it's all fear based. And when it's fear based, it actually suppresses your immune system. When you come from a place of thanksgiving and gratitude, I mean, it's a feel good, but you also increase your production of the T helper cells. So that's super powerful. And like they say, have the attitude of gratitude. Yeah, absolutely, 100% that does help a lot. So I kind of like, something I tell patients is just, be grateful that everything else is working in your body. So we tend to just focus on one thing that's not working,
Yes.
yet all the other areas in your body are working. Okay, like typically for physical medicine, I see patients come in, oh, I have back pain or I have neck pain. Yeah, but everything else, but this is working, this is working. And a lot of times when I get them just to focus on what's working in their body, how's the back feeling right now? Oh, it's not that bad. That's
Mhm.
just because they just taken their focus off that, and that whole reticular activating system focused on what was good. And so it started to search for other things that were good and feeling healthy and strong. So
Mhm.
that's how powerful like gratitude changes your life almost instantly. Oh my goodness. And people just challenging themselves on a daily basis just to do that. I actually just ordered a new, I write in a gratitude journal every day. I mean, I practice it. I have an audio that I recorded in my own voice on my phone, so I listen to it every morning about what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the abundant blessings. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for favor, all that, and I'm hearing it in my own voice. So I'm already changing the whole frequency in my body, but in my body's chemistry to keep me healthy, to keep me strong. So I would encourage people to do that. What are some of the strategies that you use? Like you said, you think about them, you speak them. Do you write anything? I'm just
Mhm.
kind of the old fashioned. I love to write.
Yes. Yes. So, a list of gratitude of 10 people or things that you're grateful for every day, right? And so
Hmm.
this happens every morning before you even grab your phone or anything else,
Hmm.
right? The simple fact that we open our eyes, it's a huge thing to be grateful for, right? Because not a lot
Hmm.
of people did on the same day.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I brought this up before. I watched this person speaking. It was a video, and the speaker started the conversation by asking, if I were to give you, and I think I brought it up like a couple months here, If I were to give you $1 million, but you didn't wake up tomorrow, would you take them? And like nobody raised their hands, right? And so it's like, okay, so your life is worth more than $1 million. What if I gave you $10 million right now, cash, but you would not wake up tomorrow? Would anybody take it? And nobody raised their hands. And so that means that our life it's literally like priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we open our eyes and we go about our day, and then we start looking for what's wrong and all these things, and we're never even grateful that we woke up that morning, right? And so that
Mm-hmm.
we got to see our kids, that we got to experience another day, that we're breathing. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
are struggling to breathe. A lot of people are struggling to walk. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people cannot walk, right? A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
having challenges with, I don't know, pain, getting up from the bed, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So if you are literally just before you get up from the bed, you could find 10 things to be grateful for just right there and then. You woke up, you
Mm-hmm.
open your eyes, you can see, you can feel, you can turn off your alarm, you could move your arm, you can get up from the bed, you can have breakfast, you can eat, you have food.
Mm-hmm.
There is trees outside, there's animals, there is a beautiful world outside, there's flowers you can admire, etc., 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 right? You can drink a cup of water, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
10 things or people that you're grateful for. And as you're writing them, getting into connected with what you're writing. So when you are saying, for example, for me, if I'm writing, I'm grateful for my son, one of my kids, I'm thinking about him. And I am
Mm-hmm.
imagining his presence with me at that moment, right? If I'm grateful about my other kid, I'm imagining my other kid, and I am grateful for his presence in my life, etc., etc. So it's getting emotionally involved and connected with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second part of gratitude that I practice is what you mentioned, right? Recording yourself,
Mm-hmm.
doing affirmations as if they are already happening, your perfect life as if it's already happening. So if you want to be a multi-million dollar recording artist on, I don't know, folklore music, then I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning multi-million dollar deals, singing folklore and dancing around the world, whatever it is. And so it's already happening. I am so happy and grateful now that, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want, it's happening. And so you record yourself saying that, and you listen to that every morning before you touch your phone. Now we are being programmed every day. That's why you mentioned you
Mm-hmm.
watch the news, right? So by the time
Mm-hmm.
we have the phone and we open Facebook and we start scrolling and we open Instagram and we start scrolling and we open our email and we see all kinds of emails, we are getting programmed already. So if we see a
Mm-hmm.
video of something doing something bad to an animal, then we're already getting into that negative state. So before you program yourself with anything bad, program yourself with the good things that are going to carry you over in a higher vibration for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Yeah.
is huge. And there was also a study actually that Tony Robbins mentioned once that I was listening to him, and he said somebody would be stopped in the middle of the street and be asked to carry or hold on to a coffee, like a coffee cup, just while somebody would tie their shoelaces. If the coffee cup was warm, if the coffee was warm,
Mm-hmm.
another person would ask him later, hey, did you encounter this person? Oh, yeah. And what did you think of the person? Oh, the person was warm and was inviting and was kind and was
Mm-hmm.
nice, had a pleasing personality. And then another person would have them carry over a cup of coffee that was cold, like cold coffee. And then later they were asked, what did you think of that person?
Yeah.
Oh, they were cold and uninviting. They had a cold personality. So we're being programmed. We
Yeah.
are being programmed. So how are you programming yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. And especially right now in the times that we're in, I've actually taken more charge of just being more active in my community. I'm really connecting with people, and um, a part of it is just our own ability to, I say, take responsibility for what's going on in our lives and not letting everything outside of us impact us. And you can easily, share that with other people. So when I have a lot of the new patients that come in, they've never seen me. One thing I just thank them. I just say, well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve you. So I'm kind of already just setting it up for them so that their healing process can continue. It's just, yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you, because we're here to serve you. Because sometimes, people come in pain, they're frustrated, they've been to a lot of doctors, I don't know what's wrong with me, and they get so frustrated, and they can be their expressions can be nasty. Doesn't mean that they're nasty, they're just frustrated,
Mhm.
because they can't get any answers. And when we start training them to just change the mindset of, okay, well, let's look at this. And like you were saying, how do you want to feel? How do how would that look? What would you be doing? When we start focusing on more of that, just everything changes and just lightens up. So it's really not that difficult. And once again, it just comes back to the awareness. And I think the physical touch is really important, and also something when you hug a person, especially heart to heart. And some people don't like to do that. I don't side hug my patients. I hug them, because you actually, the heart to heart, there's a connection there that is more meaningful. It's not a sexual thing or anything, but it's just more meaningful, because it's like a heart to heart, and you just feel like, wow, this person feels me, and it's almost like you're passing on their vibrational energy. And I
Mhm.
know you and I have worked with Cambo, and even when the practitioner, this is there to serve, they're all about um, sharing and giving of themselves, and you just feel it. You feel it in your heart, and it's like it's a beautiful heart to heart connection. So just remember that. Hug your kids, and just give them a front hug, or those that I mean, I have some patients that I've had for such a long time, or that I could feel I could feel their love, that I can hug them, face to face, whether it's a male or a female. But once again, you're going to know when you become more in tune with your own vibrational frequency, who you are, and you start feeling other people, you have a huge impact on that. So that's pretty powerful, and I love that.
And if you guys are going to be gathering tomorrow with your loved ones, your family, your friends, whoever, keep that in mind, right? When you're
Mm-hmm.
going around the table, when you're really giving thanks to, Thanksgiving, right? It is Thanksgiving. So when you're giving thanks for whatever it is that you're thankful for, get into that emotion and encourage everybody else to get into that emotion. And
Mm-hmm.
you will really feel how that vibration and everything's going to change around the table.
Yeah,
I mean,
and just putting your hand over your heart, when each person were to just speak and say what they're grateful for, and just put their hand over their heart, it would probably invoke tears for some people, because that's just such a powerful gesture, because you are feeling that field,
mhm.
that vibrational field in your heart. And it's like, it's really powerful when you're just there, and just you express your gratitude. But not only just tomorrow, I mean, it should be a way of life, because when it is a way of life, oh my goodness, it's just like we both have pretty awesome lives. And it's because of, it's the little things that we do on a daily basis. It's not some major thing that happened in our life, but it's more of what are the little habits that we have been, doing on a daily basis. And we've had Kimberly Rinaldi on our show before, and she's the one that would tell me, to do yoga, to do meditate, and have gratitude journal. And I'm like, I'm too busy. I don't have time for that, But that is one of the strategies that has really impacted my life tremendously. And I think it's a good way to even end the evening with your family, and before you go to bed, what's something that you're grateful for today, no matter how crappy our day is. There is always something, like you said, the water, the shoes, the socks, the bed, any of that. So
Right,
I'm,
right. And it's
very
all a
grateful.
matter of perspective too. And I want to remind everybody
Mhm.
that. So if you really, for example, if you just cut your finger and you say, I cannot be grateful right now because I have a cut in my finger. Well, imagine if you were to lose your hand.
Mhm.
Well, I cannot be
Yeah.
grateful right now because I just lost my hand. Well, what if you would lost your arm? Right?
Mhm.
Well, I cannot be grateful right now because I lost my arm. Well, what if you lost both legs now? And so there's
Yeah.
always something to be grateful for, right? I mean, it could
Mhm.
always be better it could always be worse too, but that is up to you and how you
Mhm.
vibrate and how you think about things,
Yeah.
right? Only
Yeah.
you can make a better future for yourself based on the thoughts
Mhm.
and the emotions and how you are vibrating to the universe. Only you can make your world worse if you are focused
Mhm.
on the fact that the world is, a bad place, or that nothing good is ever going to happen to you. Well, the universe is going to give you more proof of the same. And so
Yeah.
if you want to make whatever situation better, whether it's your health, whether it's the relationship with those people around you, whether it's your finances, whether it's your own personal happiness and your own personal well-being, anything really, if you want to make anything better for yourself, start with within and start with that gratitude piece. And if
Yeah.
you think if you're one of those people that say, well, I just don't have time for that, even more so, and really it takes you 2 minutes. I
Yeah.
mean, if you
Mhm.
don't have 2 minutes, even if you have to do it in the bathroom, carry your journal to the bathroom, and as you are little in the bathroom in the morning, do your gratitude list.
Yeah.
I mean, it really
Ab-
doesn't take a lot of time, and it will make us a huge, significant change in what you are able to attract into your
mhm.
life.
100%. And I think that's a good place to finish up with this week with Thanksgiving and going into the holiday season to, carry those habits into, let it be a lifestyle. It's been a lifestyle for years now. And like I said, there's not a whole lot that really gets to me anywhere anymore because you become so aware. There's like I said, the prefrontal cortex and the brain, it's activated, and you just become more aware. And it's really just being aware of your thoughts because so many times we'll make decisions and we don't even know why we're doing them. There's nowhere we're on autopilot that's been programmed negative in a negative way. So um, just make it just remembering that we can always, always, always find something to be grateful for, no matter what is going on in our lives,
Mhm.
um, and just continue to build on that and carry momentum on that. So I'm grateful for us being able to come on the show every single week, and we get I get emails and messages of people just very grateful for our show. And so not everybody gets to come on live. All right, they're like, oh, I always listen to it on the way home because I know like Wednesday y'all come on, but I'm working, so I get to catch up with. So I'm grateful for the people that listen, grateful for the ones that share, and if they can continue to share and just stay connected with us, because truly that's what we want to do. It's like we want to serve and just change the world for a better place, and it starts with each one of us and one person at a time, and it does have a ripple effect. So thank you, Fernanda, for just every week just coming on and just shining your light. And you sound even better now.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for us the minutes go by. No, I am absolutely grateful for you, for the podcast, for being able to bring this information forward every week, for everybody that has benefited, for everybody that has tuned in, for everybody that has found really anything that we have shared positive or have a positive effect in their lives. That's our mission and our purpose. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my health, very thankful for my health and for my family. Really, like everything that I do, especially my kids, everything that I do it with them in mind. So I'm very thankful for everything, really everything that I have in my life and everything that is to come. So,
Awesome.
all
All right.
right.
So we'll see everyone next week. Have an amazing Thanksgiving and make it a great weekend. Remember to focus on what's good in your life. There's so much good. So y'all are
Yes.
amazing. So we'll see
Happy
y'all next week.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.